You told yourself you were over them. You're not. Your brain just won't let it go. Here's what's actually happening inside your head. And once you understand it, the feeling stops controlling you. Psychologists have been studying this for decades. 3 specific things your brain does that keep someone stuck in your thoughts. The first one starts with a word almost nobody knows. It's called the Zeigarnik Effect. In the 1920s, a psychologist named Bluma Zeigarnik noticed something strange. Waiters could remember complex orders perfectly until the food was delivered. Then they forgot everything. Your brain does the same thing with people. When a relationship ends without closure, the last conversation cut short, the text left unread, the thing you never got to say, your brain marks it as unfinished business. And your brain hates unfinished business, so it keeps the file open. It keeps replaying the moments. It keeps them alive in your head. Not because you're weak, because your brain is literally designed to chase what it didn't complete. That's why the ones who left without explanation are the hardest to let go of. The second thing is dopamine, and this is where it gets unfair. Every time you check your phone and there's nothing from them, your brain doesn't relax. It doubles down. This is called intermittent reinforcement. It's the same mechanism that makes slot machines addictive. When the reward is unpredictable, sometimes they text, sometimes they don't. Your brain releases more dopamine waiting for it than it does when they actually reply. The silence isn't a signal to stop. To your brain, the silence is mystery, and mystery is fuel. You're not in love with them. You're in withdrawal from the version of them your brain built. The third thing is something neuroscientists call prediction error. Your brain doesn't just remember the past. It predicts the future. When you met this person, your brain started building. It mapped out conversations you'd have, places you'd go, the version of yourself you'd become with them. And when they're gone, your brain doesn't just lose a person. It loses an entire future it already started living inside. That's not heartbreak, that's grief for something that was never real. The pain you feel isn't about them. It's about the version of your life that died when they left. Here's what all of this means. The fact that you can't stop thinking about them, that's not evidence that you're meant to be together. It's evidence that your brain is working exactly the way it evolved to work. It chases incomplete stories. It craves unpredictable rewards. It grieves futures it built. You're not broken. You're human. And once you see the machinery, the Zeigarnik effect keeping the file open, the dopamine loop keeping you checking, the prediction error making you grieve, once you see it, you can start to let go. Not because they weren't important, because your brain was doing what brains do. And now you know. There's a second part to this. What happens when they do come back? Why your brain reacts the way it does, and whether you should let them in. Subscribe to know what's next.